So here we are, Key West, which
Key
sounds
West.
very posh,
It
doesn't it?
doesn't
Sounds
it?
like Florida.
Yeah, I always call this Culver Cliff. Is that the correct
It
name?
is
do you
Culver
think?
Cliff.
Right.
Yeah.
mm.
And you're standing there just about to fall off
Yeah.
that scooter. You were so good on it earlier. Now you stopped.
It's stopping.
Look at the mud you've got on
Oh,
here,
yeah.
boy.
How did I manage
my
that?
God.
God.
So we've just done 20 minutes on the Zipp Mobility scooters around the seafront Minehead. David was speeding ahead, Speed King.
They are absolutely ace.
How fast did you go?
I have no idea.
I don't think it's easy to read the
No,
reader.
it's not. But I went all the way down to Morrison's.
You did. Picked
I
up
don't
some
know how
milk.
I got there. But it's really good because there's a cycle path down to Morrison, so you can safely go on there.
Yeah.
Did a little skedaddle around the car park near
Yeah.
the wonderful Minehead Info Centre.
Yeah.
And now we've come back to...
Come back to the Culver Cliff roundabout.
Yeah, the home of the Minehead Meander.
Home of Minehead Meander and home of a Zipp scooter car park. Park. That was really good fun.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed
do
it.
again.
So you've got to stay on the road. You can't go on the pavement. It starts pinging at you if you do that.
Yeah.
You need to show your driver's license when you've downloaded the app, put your credit card in. I think we were 20 minutes and it's cost about £5. It was really good fun though, wasn't it?
I'd definitely do it again.
With the wind in your hair.
Yeah.
You were skidding off down the front. I mean, you have to be aware of road.
Yeah, because it is busy on the roads today, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's the middle of the day, and I was saying to you, I think this is an early morning, early evening activity, but you do need to be able to drive.
Yeah.
You couldn't do this if you weren't a road user.
And balance.
And you need good balance.
Yeah, and I've normally got hopeless balance, although...
Well, you were off like a duck to water.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. It's really great fun. You just...
you have to stand straight.
Yeah.
And you have to have good balance. So
you need your yoga boys.
I was doing yoga. I mean, I did, when I got here and you were filming, I thought, right, I'm going to lift a leg and an arm up. And then I thought, no, because the scooters itself, they're heavy.
Yeah, they are.
So if you're used to a normal scooter, they're quite light, aren't they? This I found, for me, I found that quite a heavy thing to get up and off
it is.
the curb. But it was an absolutely brilliant thing to do. Definitely do that again. You could discover whole bits of Minehead. It's not expensive. It's really good fun. And if you've got teenagers who can drive, I would say come early morning, early evening.
Yeah.
When it's quieter.
Because you can rent one out of town as well, can't you?
Yes.
On Main A13 on the Ellicott Road, you can rent one there.
Yeah.
And
you can
then
go around Alcombe, Old Alcombe, which is a very pretty little village that people forget about, actually. And there's a way round the back of Dunster there. I mean, okay, you're going quite a long way and uphill. But if you did Alcombe, you'd be surprised how pretty Alcombe is.
Yeah.
There's some really interesting buildings
and get
down
fish
there.
and chips on the way back.
Fish and chips on the way
Seafair.
back, and the Britannia, or the Brit as the locals call it, which is a bit of, what would we say, it's a sort of local landmark, the Brit. You often hear people say, I'll meet you by the Brit in Alcombe. So that's a good place to go, and as you say, fish and chips.
And also, of course, you can, most important, well, for me anyway, Mr. Coast Lover, you can come down here, you can park your car at Culver Cliff, and then you can do the entire seafront right the way down to the golf club in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes, I would say.
So on a day like today, which is a bit variable, nip in before it starts to
I mean, it's
to
windy,
rain.
it's not cold.
No, it's lovely and warm, actually.
It's you're really feeling those sea air breezes and those sort of layers of
the eddies.
what do they call that? But it's grey-ish and it's full of people. I mean, actually, I was far more worried about children coming out than I was about drivers, but drivers don't necessarily expect to see scooters on the road.
No.
So that's something you need to be aware of, but it was brilliant.
Yeah, really good fun.
I loved it. So we'll definitely do this again. Definitely recommend it if you fancy a bit of fun in some, up and down. Definitely, I would say this bit we've done,
Yes.
the Quay, is really worth doing.
Yeah, along the seafront.
You go a long distance, and it's lovely and flat.
It is. Pack your backpack, put some sarnies in.
Now, are you going to go and do a turn?
I'll do a quick skedaddle because I can't leave it now.
I can hold this near enough to you, and people can hear the sound.
Okay.
So if you tee off.
Should I accelerate?
Tee off, accelerate. Let's do it. Go on.
Go.
I'll jog.
Here we go. So I can't read this. I think it says 3 miles an hour. I think. But it takes a little while. It's 0 to 60.
Is it? I reckon reckon you could go all the way to Dunster on that? I think this should be an Olympic sport, synchronised zipping around the Culver Cliff roundabout.
I think that would be great.
I think we should send the suggestion in to the Alternative Olympics for next 4 years.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think...
I'm so glad we did that.
Yes.
That was a really good, fun thing to do.
Well, when we're working at your house in Minehead, and we've got a day meeting, we should take a lunch break and
Absolutely.
Go and
yeah, well, we've done that today. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Minehead. That was a really good thing to do.
And thank you, Zippy.
Yeah, Zippy. And all his friends, or her friends. Well done.
That's good.